Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to show you how to use Vintaj embossing folders in conjunction with Vintaj art foil sheets. Now this video here is going to be how to use these two pieces. I do have an example of use that I did up really quickly using some different Vintaj pieces. So here we have the foil sheet that has been embossed, and I glued it into place in a bezel setting, and then I put this really fun bee on top of it. I'm going to have another video that's a how to do a project and also show you how to actually patina this. But for this video, I want to show you actually how to use these embossing folders, talk to you a little bit more about what they are, and then put them through the BIGkick. So the embossing folders themselves, there's a number of them to choose from, and this is what they actually look like out of their packaging. They're plastic, and they are embossed on the inside, and it is a folder. So different patterns, and they're all 6 by 6 inches. So here's a good idea to see what the pattern looks like. So a lot of really different fun designs that can be used either for jewelry, if you cut down swatches of them like I did in the little example here, or if you want to do paper crafts or scrapbooking, you can use the whole piece of it. So a lot to choose from, really fun, really nice. So you're going to use them with the Vintaj BIGkick machine. When you buy a BIGkick machine, you get the machine itself, which is what we have right here. You get this platform and the solo shim, and you also get a pair of cutting pads. So here are the cutting pads. Now, these have been used quite a bit here in the design space. You see they're etched. That's not a problem. They still work great. If it does bother you that after a while these kind of get marred up, you can actually buy a replacement set of cutting pads that are beautiful and clean and new. But these do work fine, so you don't have to buy that by any means. So I told you I was going to work with these in conjunction with the BIGkick and also this art foil paper. So the art foil paper comes in silver and also a copper, and it is paper. It's flexible. It has an adhesive sticker back, and of course it's got this piece of paper which is protecting that adhesive while you're working with it that you'll peel off later. And you can actually cut this in addition to embossing it. So I'm going to use the silver. When you buy this, you get 3 sheets of each. I've already used 1 sheet of silver, so I've got a couple left. So how do you do this? It's actually very easy. You're going to go ahead and you're going to put one of your cutting pads down onto your platform and your solo shim. Then you're going to take your folder, and I'm going to use an entire sheet just so you can really see what this is going to look like. And I'm just going to slip it into the folder and close it. Now I'm going to put the actual seam where it folds over towards the inside of the machine. And then I'm going to top it with another cutting pad. I'm going to hold this in place and scoot it into the machine until it catches. You can kind of see how it caught. And I'm going to hold the top of the machine and crank the handle clockwise and feed it through the machine. And I have to say, this is actually really cool. I love old tin ceilings, and this is what that reminds me of. So here is what we ended up with, which is so cool. So the before, and then the after. And then if you wanted to, you can easily cut this. Let me go ahead and show you real quick how easy it is to cut. So you can just cut this however you want. So easy to do curves, it just cuts. And then it also is adhesive on the back. So just peel off that sticker, or I should say peel off the backing to expose the stick. One note is I would recommend gluing this to metal. It sticks fine to paper, but for metal, especially if you're doing a piece that's going to be worn, like a piece of jewelry, definitely glue this in place just so that you don't have to worry about it coming undone or if it gets wet, anything like that happening, because sometimes the sticker adhesive wears down when it gets wet. So now I want to show you real quick what it looks like when you do it with paper if you are interested in scrapbooking. Now ideally you would use something more than just printer paper, but this is what I had on hand, so I did want to show you how it looks and how it works. Just going to put this in here, same way. Now this paper, because it's just standard printer copy paper, it's really thin. So it's going to become quite perforated, a little too much so in my opinion, but if you had a little heavier cardstock, you would be totally fine. Okay, so we fed it through, we open it up, and there you go. So, yeah, so you can see it's got actually a couple little holes in it because it is such a thin paper, but it actually looks quite nice. So we've got the art foil, and we've got paper, and a whole host of different things you can do with this. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm going to do a series of videos showing you how to work this into your jewelry designs, which includes adding patina to it and distressing it, cutting it to fit bezels, and so on. You can find the embossing folders, the BIGkick machine, the art foil, and many other products by Vintaj at Beadaholique.com.